Hey guys, what is up? We're here live at our locals, where our team are first. We have a second place celebrations deck profile for you guys today, and it's actually an interesting deck profile. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. So you can go ahead and explain your deck and what you played, leader, etc.
So for this particular tournament, I was playing the Dr. Uiro, Dr. Coaching deck. So this particular leader, on play, you do start the game with your lab. So upon entry into play, you do start with the lab.
Okay.
So what this particular leader does is essentially when he does attack your opponent's leader, you look at the top 7 and you pull one Frenzy Warrior. Nowadays, in the game, when you're excavating, you only excavate 3 cards, 5 cards. Right now, he's pretty much one of the only ones that does excavate 7 still.
Wow, yeah.
So that's one good thing about him. The other good thing about him is, unlike every other leader in the game, he's the only leader that awakens on energy count.
Yeah.
The moment you hit 4 energy, you awaken.
Yes.
And for his awakening, you untap 2 energy.
Nice.
Which is ridiculous.
Yep, we've seen that. And then on his awakened side,
It gets a lot complicated. On his awakened side, when he attacks in general, oh, sorry about the gloss.
Yep.
So when he attacks in general, you just draw a card. Standard, typical for any leader. What's different about him is that activate main, but once per turn, you can actually discard 1 card and remove a key skill from any battle card on the board.
Wow,
Now, this does not target the battle card. You are essentially targeting the skill.
Correct.
You can then remove barrier. You can remove indestructible. You can also now remove revive.
nice, yep.
Now, his other active main is what makes him an interesting leader. If you have 17 cards underneath your field card, you win the game.
Yep.
Now, how would you get 17 cards? Well, the field card can do that inherently. You can actually tap 2 energy and just take anything 4 or less.
And put it under it, right?
And put it directly under the field card.
Correct.
Now, the permanent on the field card is your battle cards cannot get rested by your opponent's skill cards. So just keep that in mind against anything like, old school yellow.
Apes or Champa, what have you.
Old school
Yep,
Apes,
Title.
Champa, the old school, what was it? The Bardock crew, essentially.
Yeah, Crushing Ball, everything.
So now going into the deck build itself, I play a play set of this Frenzied Warrior.
Super combo, right?
Actually,
Oh,
no, he's
that's the blocker,
he's
yeah.
the blocker. Now, as the blocker, he has a unique ability. When you do declare blocker with him, you actually take the top card of your deck and add it to your field card.
Nice, yep, we saw
And
that.
then the other thing is, if he battles an opponent's battle card with 10k power or 15k, he is not destroyed. So essentially, you can actually bait out specific attacks, and he'll stay on the field and be able to block for the rest of the game.
Wow.
So you can constantly keep triggering his blocker and keep adding cards directly to your field card.
Correct.
Now the next Frenzied Warrior we have is the Super Combo. Now this is your typical Super Combo nowadays. He already has his combo power written on there. His only real effect is if you choose to do the Super Combo, your leader has to have 4 or less life for you to get the draw.
Yeah.
So you can still trigger his Super Combo once you awaken later, you get to 4 life, stuff like that. Or you can just use him as a generic combo power card that's just 10k combo.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So these are more or less the 2 main Frenzy Warriors that I run when it comes to the generic ones, the smaller bodies.
Yep.
There are a few others, but they don't seem as practical when it comes to playing the game out.
Yeah.
These are more or less the practical ones, followed up with more or less one of the 2 boss monsters to the deck. We have Piccolo. Now, this Piccolo has deflect, so he can't get countered on play. Besides that, he is a Frenzied Warrior, so you can excavate him using your leader. And besides
When you say
that,
excavate, you mean search, right?
correct. So excavating, you look at the top 7,
Yeah.
add 1 from there.
Yep.
So the other thing is that he has Bond 3. Now, Bond just 3 in general, so it doesn't have to be Frenzied
Yeah.
Warriors, it could be anyone. With Bond 3, on summon, you actually can take 2 cards from your opponent's hand and add them right to your field card.
Yep.
The one negative about that effect is the opponent does choose the 2 cards.
Okay.
So now we move on to the actual doctors of the deck. We have the first one, Madness,
This
Dr.
is dual
Kochin.
color, yeah?
He's the first dual color to the deck. He's a blocker, and he also has Revive. Now his Revive is blue-green, but it has no energy cost. On play, you can actually take 1 card from your hand, add it to your field, and then draw 1.
Nice.
Now that's his auto upon play, so of course if you trigger his Revive, and he comes back into play, you do it again. Now on the next Doctor, we have another Dr. Kochin, but we have this 2-drop here. Now this particular 2-drop, I only play 3 of for this particular reason. You can only control 1 of him on the field.
Yes.
Now what his effect is similar to what your leader does. On play, you look at the top 7, you add a Frenzied Warrior. Now the twist to him is that when you do add the Frenzied Warrior, you then are able to play any Frenzied Warrior from your hand that's 2 or less. So essentially, if you do play him, you can search out any of these earlier Frenzy Warriors from your deck, and you can play one for free.
Yeah.
So essentially, you would play out the blocker for free on him. Now, the other thing is that he does have a secondary permanent where he reduces the cost of all the Frenzy Warriors in your hand by 1. So your 4-drop Piccolo becomes 3-drop. Your 2-drop blocker becomes a 1-drop. Now we move from Dr. Cochin to Dr. Uiro. The first one is the dual color 3-drop blocker. So we have here a blocker. We also have Revive. Revive has no energy cost. It's just blue-green. Now, his auto is on play. You take any 2 battle cards of your choice from the opponent's drop area and place them to your field.
Correct.
Now, with his Revive, you can keep re-triggering it over and over and keep plucking cards from their drop zone and preventing them from utilizing cards from the drop area.
Yeah, that's dope. It is free.
Now the next Dr. Uiro we're going to be using is the second boss monster of the deck, the big 6-drop. Now here we have a blocker with Deflect. Now his auto is on summon, you take 6 cards from the top of your deck or from your drop zone and add all 6 of them to your field card.
Yeah, that's broken.
Now his secondary auto is only once per turn. If you choose to trigger his blocker, you can restand him and then choose to block again that same turn. So essentially you can use him as your saving grace, if you would so say. Now for the rest of the deck, I do run a small Android package. We do have the dual color Android 16
for ramp. Yeah.
So he provides energy ramp for your deck. He's also dual color for your revival cost. And beyond that, he's also dual color energy, so that way you can play out your blue-green cards.
Correct.
So the thing is that for this Android 16, when you do choose to trigger his effect and add energy, you're unable to play any battle card that's 30k power or 35. Luckily for this deck, there isn't anything within that range.
Correct.
So you can freely play him and just continue to energy ramp. And if you drop him on turn 3, you literally awaken on turn 3 and untap 2 energy.
Yeah.
Which is what makes playing him at 4 so crucial. Of course, since we are playing a dual color deck, we do have the free cost dual color energy.
It's a necessity, it's a staple, yeah.
Staples pretty much in every deck that's dual color, you need to have your free charge.
Yep.
Now, beyond that, I do have 2 copies of Android 21, the 4-drop.
For the ramp.
So this is another card for ramp, but besides that, it's also a blocker.
Yeah.
So you can also use it for protection, you can use it for energy, you can use it for energy ramp. But also, she can also get rid of a battle card from your opponent's board.
Yeah.
Of course, the same restriction, you can't play anything 30k, 35k, we don't really care about that so much, we don't really play anything with that. Now, on to the extra cards. We do have 4 of our negate. We have Shocking Death Ball. Of course, if your leader is green, negate the attack and then pop a 1-drop. So you have negate for protection. You do have board clear by popping the 1-drop. It does have Sparking 5. So 5 cards in your drop zone.
Talking talking the 2-drop too, right? 2 or less, yeah.
Oh, 2 or less, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so used to playing. I'm so used to popping 1-drops with him. But yeah, anything 2 or less, you have board clear, you have protection, and on top of that, you can trigger this using the Sparking 5. Instead of having to pay 1 energy, you can pay a life instead. Now, because we are playing blue energy, we do have to place it on.
That's the blue card.
Sensu Beam. Protection at all times.
Correct.
Now, for extra energy ramp, we do have 3 copies of Infinite Energy. Infinite Energy is a great card to combo with Android 16. When you play this card, you draw 1, you take a dual-colored battle card, add it to your energy, and then it'll untap during your opponent's main phase. So essentially, you go for Android 16, you untap your leader, recover 2 more, activate Infinite Energy. You bring Android 16 to your energy pool, and now look, you just played out 2 energies on 1 turn. You are now at 5 energy on your opponent's 3. Or you could just use this for your revival cost. It's still a dual-colored energy. And then we close it all out with Preemptive Strike. Given that the game is so fast right now, majority of the game is around 4 energy, so you do want to be able to negate those summons.
Alright guys, so that is the deck. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Team Foe and the TheHillTwins. And anything to say to people in particular about the deck? Have fun with the deck.
Basically, just don't piss off too many people.
Alright guys, you heard it.